Real Madrid is once again at the center of Europe's headlines. Around Vinícius, there's tension and negotiations that could determine his future. Endrick is fighting for his chance but risks being sent out on loan as early as this winter. And Arda Güler, on the contrary, is turning into a key player for Xabi Alonso while also attracting interest from Arsenal. Today we'll break down what's really happening in Madrid. Who will stay, who might leave, and what transfers are coming. Buckle up, it's going to be hot. We begin with two scenes from one storyline. In Paris, Luis Enrique calmly lays out his squad-building philosophy. A player for PSG is not something you grab from a supermarket aisle. You need attention to the person, to the price, and to the pressure that price will bring. We keep a cool head, analyze everything, and take only those who fit our idea of the team, is the coach's general message. Against this backdrop, the Spanish press is reporting his request to Al-Khalifi. Pull out all the stops and try to pry Vinícius away. The arguments are obvious. The timing is favorable. There's noise around the Brazilian. Misunderstandings with the coaching staff, contentious nuances over role and minutes, and his price has dipped. Today, Lamine Yamal is valued at around $200 million, while Vini sits near $170 million, which makes a move more realistic for the Parisians than it was 6 months ago. The club has history with blockbuster deals. Just remember the day Neymar flipped the market. Risks? Of course. But if there's any place that bets on elite talent with an eye on the Ballon d'Or and a push for Europe here and now, it's where resources and ambition align. The Saudi option exists too, but that's almost a guaranteed exit from European races. PSG has no such limitations, and can financially offer more than Real are prepared to today. And now, Madrid. The morning of September 26th. Valdebebas is only just waking up, and at the service entrance there's an unexpected scene people here will remember for a long time. Behind the wheel, manager Tata Suarez. In the passenger seat, Vinícius. In the back, his agent, Federico Peña. Hugonis's cameras capture every second. The player heads to training while Peña goes straight to the office. A visit a month earlier than planned, precisely when talk about the Brazilian's future has reached a peak. 2 hours behind closed doors. No outcomes are announced, but the very fact is already an event. The context is simple and complicated at once. Vinícius is under contract until 2027, and Real have long made it clear. They won't drag this out. Clarity is needed. After the Club World Cup, the parties already sat down to shake hands. And that's where everything stalled. According to reports, Vinícius significantly trimmed his initial demands to clear a path to an agreement. The gap with the club's offer still remained too large. Today it's estimated at roughly 15%. Deals like this on the market usually get pushed over the line. And here, everything has hung in the balance, hence the player's frustration. He has said more than once that he wants to extend, but at the same time he believes that in the new Real he's forced to work too much off the ball, paying with attacking sharpness. Add in the staff's decisions on minutes and role. A painful topic for a footballer used to being one of the faces of the team. What matters more, he doesn't see this as club policy. These are coaching choices. And he has no intention of publicly arguing with them. So why did Peña fly in now? Because time really is pressing. The longer the pause, the louder the outside noise and the harsher the tone of the negotiations. An early visit is an attempt to break the circle of a frozen deal and move the story either to a final step or to an honest admission that the sides can't meet. There are no signatures yet, only a 2-hour summit that could become a turning point. What's on the table isn't just numbers. It's about status, role, and clear guarantees regarding the project. If the 15% gap is bridgeable, the decisive factor won't be the zeros in the contract, but the player's feeling that he's seen where he's strongest. For the club, something else is crucial: to maintain the wage balance and the logic of squad building. That's why the pause has dragged on. Both want a deal, but not at any price. What's next? In the coming weeks, everything will hinge on the quiet of offices, not headlines. Either the sides will lock in progress and present the framework of a new contract, or they'll create a long corridor of uncertainty for the season. Today's meeting is a signal. The process has shifted off dead center. Whether that turn is toward a signature or a split, we'll learn from the next step. Tell us how you see the outcome. Will Real and Vinícius be able to close that 15% gap already this fall, or is this story doomed to drag on until the end of the season? Like the video, subscribe, and stay with us. As soon as there's movement in the talks, we'll break everything down step by step. And now, another hot storyline from Madrid. It's about Endrick. His first season wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't a breakthrough either. 7 goals and 1 assist in 37 matches, mostly from the bench. The new campaign began with a pause. An injury knocked him out of rhythm, and even when he was ready, he wasn't given a single minute in the last 2 La Liga rounds. Behind the scenes, important talks. According to Spanish reporters, Endrick's agent Federico Peña recently met with Real's management to discuss his near future. In the summer, there was an almost finalized loan move to Real Sociedad, but it collapsed due to the injury. Now Madrid are again looking at the winter window. The idea, a loan without a buy option, to give the forward steady minutes and development elsewhere. But here the positions diverge. The club is open to such a move, while Endrick and his entourage are not. He wants to stay and win his place in Madrid. The contract is long, the project is built for the future, and he's not going to walk away from it. Yet the sporting logic of the season works against him. Under Carlo Ancelotti, he didn't play much. Under Xabi Alonso, so far no La Liga minutes at all. He had a chance to prove himself at the Club World Cup when Kylian Mbappe was sidelined, but then his own injury let him down. Gonzalo Garcia stepped in as the temporary number 9, seized the moment, and secured the role of Mbappe's backup. In such a setup, every training session and every micro-rotation is like a sieve. Those trusted right now are the ones who play. There's also a harsher version of events. The coach doesn't see Endrick fitting into the current system and was ready from the start to let him go, at least on loan. Valencia's interest was mentioned. The club and staff didn't object, but the player himself refused. He's convinced he'll make it here. Another dimension, the maturity of decisions. Endrick has already cost around $70 million as a future star, and now the trajectory of his development without unnecessary noise is crucial. Personal details have also popped up in the public sphere. His early marriage, tough clauses in the prenup. All of this adds attention to his name, but no playing minutes on the pitch. For now, what matters most is sporting focus, health, training, and micro-opportunities in official matches. What's next? 2 scenarios. If by winter the forward starts regularly getting rotation minutes and proving his readiness, the arguments to stay and fight will strengthen. If the minutes never come, the logic of a loan will prevail. Not as a punishment, but as a practical step to avoid losing development rhythm. And here the bottleneck is the player's own stance. Without his consent, even the most sensible loan won't happen. The conclusion for today is straightforward. Real aren't closing the door. On the contrary, they're looking for a format where Endrick can play and progress already this winter. The player himself wants to prove he can do it in Madrid without leaving. The next stretch will decide training, squad lists every single minute, and how he uses them. What do you think? Is it better to push for a loan to guarantee regular practice, or take the risk and wait for a chance at Real? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss. Let's move on. The next storyline is Arda Güler and the suddenly active interest from Arsenal. According to the headlines, Mikel Arteta sees the Turkish midfielder as a targeted reinforcement with huge growth potential. His market valuation is more modest than one might expect for a talent of this profile, but it's clear. In Madrid, they will be quoting very different figures. The picture at Real under Xabi Alonso has changed significantly. Under Ancelotti, Arda appeared only sporadically and built up frustration, but now he is part of the starting scenarios and one of the conduits of play. The coach openly praises Güler's partnership with Jude Bellingham. One sets the range and the class of the final pass, the other subtly maintains the rhythm between the lines. In this setup, Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Ceballos remain alongside them, a group that gives the coach flexibility and options. Symbolic, too, was how Arda confirmed his claim to a bigger role. A goal, plus an assist away against Atletico, a rare achievement in the league in recent years. There's pragmatism as well. In the summer, the staff wanted a controller for the first phase of build-up, but the shortlist wasn't closed. And Arda stepped in as the conductor of the midfield because he can hold the ball under pressure and speed up attacks from half spaces. This might have been a temporary measure. If the club signs a specialist, deep-lying playmaker, the configuration of roles could be reshuffled. That's where the noise around interest comes from. Scouts from Arsenal, Tottenham, Newcastle, Milan, Leipzig, and Dortmund have all been spotted at games featuring him. The negotiation context is extremely strict. Arda's contract runs until 2029, and Real's stance is clear: not for sale. Despite rumors of rounds of contact and hypothetical 9-figure sums, Madrid are holding their line. At the same time, they're building an internal reserve. Next season, they expect Nico Paz. The buyback option on him remains, and attempts to lure him away have come with big numbers, but so far without success. That's another reason why Madrid aren't rushing to part ways with a developing playmaker right now. What does this mean for Arsenal in the end? A battle for Güler is possible only on terms that satisfy Real, and that's already the territory of major decisions. In London, they see him as an addition to Arteta's project. In Madrid, he's a piece of Xabi Alonso's current plan. The choice will depend not only on money, but also on the role the player will be given here and now. Which scenario seems more realistic to you? Real betting on Arda's gradual integration into the starting 11, or Arsenal trying to seize the moment and fill their creative gap under Arteta's style? Share your opinion, support the video, and let's move on. The negotiations over Vinícius, Endrick's future, and the attention from top clubs toward Arda Güler, all of this is not just rumors, but the outlines of a new era for Real Madrid. Ahead lie transfer showdowns, big decisions, and possibly unexpected twists. What do you think? Will Vini sign a new contract? Can Endrick withstand the competition? And will Arda become a leader or move to the Premier League? Share your opinion in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe. The hottest news from Madrid is still to come.